And now, it's time to see what was in your inbox last night. Should have followed Warren Buffett into a cash position edition with Michelle from Payometry Labs.
Welcome to your regulatory roundup, the only segment that makes compliance sound slightly less painful. It's Friday, the stock market is tanking, and we all have that one coworker asking, is this a buying opportunity? While we're just trying to survive. So let's sprint through what the feds, states, and alphabet agencies have been up to, because chaos doesn't take weekends off. NBC News is reporting that the federal government is phasing out paper checks. This move aims to increase efficiency and reduce costs associated with physical check processing. Individuals receiving federal benefits will need to switch to direct deposit or prepaid debit cards. Banking Dive is reporting that the FDIC has eased crypto custody rules for banks. This change allows financial institutions to hold cryptocurrencies on behalf of their clients. The decision reflects the growing acceptance of digital assets in the traditional banking sector. Mondaq is reporting that Congress is considering Securities offering reform to encourage capital formation. The proposed changes aim to simplify the process for companies to raise funds through securities offerings. This initiative seeks to boost economic growth by facilitating access to capital. Mondaq is reporting that the CFPB is proceeding with some of its enforcement actions, but most are now stayed or dismissed. Following a change in leadership, the Bureau has voluntarily dismissed numerous enforcement actions. Only a few cases, particularly those involving vulnerable populations, are continuing. Bloomberg Law is reporting that CFPB cuts have spurred the California Senate to vote to boost the state regulator. In response to federal reductions, California is taking steps to enhance its own consumer protection agency. This move aims to ensure continued oversight and enforcement at the state level. Building on that theme, Banking Exchange says the future of UDAP enforcement may shift to the states. With the federal approach becoming less aggressive, state-level developments are expected to play a more prominent role. Maintaining strong UDAP policies will be crucial for institutions to avoid enforcement actions. Reuters is reporting that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has restructured its enforcement division. The reorganization introduces new deputy directors overseeing distinct regions and specialized units. This change aims to improve efficiency and management within the agency. Banking Dive is reporting that the OCC has rescinded climate risk guidance for large banks. Acting Comptroller Rodney Hood stated that the guidance was overly burdensome and duplicative. This decision aligns with the administration's broader rollback of climate-related policies. NACHA is reporting that it is seeking public comment on proposed changes to IAT, International ACH transaction rules. The updates include enabling same-day IAT processing, requiring birth dates for consumer transactions, and mandating IAT contacts in the ACH registry. The goal is to improve efficiency and data quality for cross-border payments. Payments Dive tells us the U.S. House plans to vote on overturning a CFPB rule overseeing big tech payment apps. The rule affects platforms processing over 50 transactions annually and is seen as a regulatory threat by companies like PayPal and Google Pay. If repealed, these firms could operate without CFPB oversight, raising consumer protection concerns. And a federal judge has issued a preliminary injunction halting the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, from implementing mass layoffs and mandating the reinstatement of all probationary and term employees terminated since February 10th, according to Banking Dive. The court's decision also lifts Acting Director Russ Vought's stop work order, allowing affected employees to resume their duties. Furthermore, the CFPB is prohibited from deleting or impairing agency data and must restore any contracts that were terminated under Vought's directive. This ruling represents a significant victory for the National Treasury Employees Union, NTEU, which filed the lawsuit challenging the CFPB's recent actions. NTEU President Kat Farman emphasized that CFPB employees are eager to return to their roles, focusing on protecting consumers from financial misconduct. The court's order underscores concerns that without intervention, the agency could be dismantled before legal questions about the administration's authority are resolved. Law 360 is reporting that Fed, CFPB urged 7th Circ to uphold payday lending rules. The Federal Reserve Board has requested a Kentucky federal judge to uphold its existing cap on debit card swipe fees, defending the regulatory measure's substantive and procedural validity. This move underscores the ongoing legal debates surrounding financial regulations and consumer protection. The upcoming battle in Congress over these fees should be fun. That's it for this week's Regulatory Roundup. We've covered more acronyms than a CIA briefing and wrapped it faster than the market can lose 300 points. Remember, laws change, guidance flips, but your inbox will always be waiting. See you next week. Same stress, different rules. Have a great weekend.